Hi everyone, Sarah here, and welcome to the Knitting Forecast, episode 12. So it has been a long time since we have had a traditional podcast episode. I'm Sarah, I think I said that before, but welcome if you're new and welcome back if you followed me before. Lovely to have you. Last couple of episodes have been more of a events that I've been to, reviews and updates with some good yarn hauls in. So if you're into yarn hauls, go back and watch them. I've been buying. So I've got no yarn haul today, which is unusual for me. No acquisitions to talk about, but I've got other stuff to talk about. And the first one is a knitting fail. Actually, first, let's talk about what I'm wearing. It's the 3rd or 4th of September today, and autumn has hit us with a bang here in the UK. We've still got some heat, not as much. I think it's about 17 degrees, but it is wet. And I'd say we're on the cusp of sweater weather. So to celebrate that, here I am. The Fishy Sweater. I've been dying to wear this just since I've made it, basically. But the weather's just been too warm. When you've got alpaca in your knits, it is mega cozy. I'm putting the string down. For isn't she a beauty? I'm just obsessed with this jumper. We've got hidden colour. One's on the back, so you can't see that. But I still love this jumper as much now as I did when I knitted it. The pattern is the Fishy Sweater by Hip Knit Shop or Hip Knit Store. Link below. Let's get to it. My first knitting fail to show you. Last episode, proper episode, I talked about how I wanted to knit an Ariane the cat. I'll pop up this way, I think, little picture. And I set to it pretty quick. I had intentions of knitting one and sending it off to an old work friend. Excuse me. An old work friend of mine who's had a baby. And I thought, this is perfect. I'll knit one of these up, get it in the post to her. And I just hated it. I hated it. So I didn't get to like the stuffing part or anything, or even a face. The colours I chose ended up being more foxy than catty. Fine, I was fine with that. So here we are. Here is what I achieved. So like I didn't bother even getting to the arms, legs, tail, or anything. Absolutely, and I don't want to blame the pattern because it could be me and the way I do short rows, or I think it was short rows. Yeah, I think that was, it seems so long ago. But it just created, see all these little lumps and bumps. Where's that one? So there's one there. There's one round here. See that? You can't live like that. And on the back, oh my gosh. So this is the right side. So the your central piece is like that, and then the rest is reverse stockinette. I didn't mind the colour change. I thought that was quite cute, but then you've got all this, all these bits going on. No, I just knew I wouldn't be happy with the finished result, so I decided to quit. And it's not often I'm a quitter, not often, but I thought, you know what? I hate it. So I'm giving up. I may undo the yarn, but it is only baby yarn, so I'm not too precious about it. This is Serdar Snuggly. And then I think that's a bit of paint box, to be honest. So yeah, I'm not bothered about the wool so much, the yarn. They're just, yeah. I looked at other people's patterns and some of them had it and carried on. And obviously, maybe theirs isn't a gift. So it's less, if this was for my kid, I wouldn't be that bothered. Because when it's a present, I don't know, I feel like things need to just be right or look nice. So I quit, which then takes us on to whips. What have I done instead of this? So I was thinking, what can I do where I know the success rate for me is going to be good and something that's going to be useful for a little family, etc. So I decided we're doing a blanket. We're doing a baby blanket, and I haven't chosen traditional baby colours. I'll tell you why. But here's what I'm up to. I've got 4 of these squares. This is going to be hard to show. I'm going to use my body as the platform. We've got 4 of these squares. So they will be like this. And then I'm going to do the join as you go method in the creamy white. I think it's called oatmeal actually. To join them all up. And then I'm going to go round a couple of times and we've got a blanket. And I've done the main work here already. And I just knew this will look nice compared to that thing. God, that thing took me 2 evenings to do that. What a waste of time. So here I've used mainly Serdar Snuggly, the teal and the dark blue. This blue here. They are both Rico Baby, which this is all from Stash. So I'm going to use the blue and the oatmeal shades to go round the whole thing. But I just love these colours. And you know, I worked with this lovely girl for, gosh, it must have been 4 years or so before she left. And I've gone for colours that I think she likes. She's definitely an autumn girl, autumn shades. And I thought, if I did baby colours here, which, you know, I'm sure would still be appreciated, but once that baby's not a baby, that blanket isn't going to come out as much. But I thought with this kind of thing, which I think, these are all the colours I picture her wearing, to be honest. Lots of like rusty oranges, browns, teals. If she likes the colours, she'll use this on the couch, she'll use this on the kids' bed for much longer than baby colours. She can use it for herself. So that's the plan, that's the theory I've gone for. That's my story and I'm sticking with it. So, yes, it's all from Stash, mainly Serdar Snuggly. If I need to pick up one more ball, it will be the whiter shade, just to, which can pick that. Oh God, I can get that anywhere, to be honest. I'm really pleased with it. I didn't have much of the bright orange, so there's only 1 round of that in each square. I tried to make the squares non-identical, just for interest for me and to make the blanket look nice. But yes, I'm very pleased with it, and I'd like to have this finished actually by the next podcast because I really need to get it out to her. Babies are only babies for so long. Don't know if I mentioned that I've got no finished objects to show. There's no finished objects to show, but I've got a half finished object, which is, I'm just putting it on the sock block, a summer sock. I know it's autumn now, but I'm plodding on with these summer socks. I've worn my other ones, which I showed you last time. I've worn them to death already. Because I can just throw them in the washing machine. It's honestly the most convenient sock yarn. But as I said, they don't really hold their shape for long, so they're one wear only. But anyway, forget about that. Excuse my sniffing. I don't know why my hay fever's bad. So this is the second colourway that I chose in the Hobbii summer sock yarn. Links below. Got them in the sale, if you remember me saying I paid £2 something a ball. They're usually about £4, which is still, to be honest, would still buy. I've just gone for a vanilla. vanilla sock pattern here with a 3x1 rib at the top and a normal heel flap and gusset, normal toe, don't know what you call a normal toe, yeah, so I've done 64 stitches and I'm only a size 4 UK shoe, so little foot, which means there'll be lots of yarn left over. So if you have a larger foot, you can definitely still get, I bought 2 balls because they're only 50 gram. If you buy 2 balls, you'll definitely get your sock, even if you've got a larger foot. Definitely get a pair. I'm really pleased with these. I chose this colourway. I love greens, but I wouldn't normally go brown, not gonna lie. I'm not a brown girl so much, but how Zelda Ocarina of Time are these socks. Don't know if I've popped a Zelda picture up for those who aren't gamers, but I might. So I finished that and I dropped it on the floor, but I've cast on the next sock. Not much. So what I'm doing is I'm going straight onto the second ball anyway. And then whatever's left over of the last colourway and this colourway, I'm going to do a combination somehow and get a third pair of socks. Can't moan at that. And when you've got 3 pairs of socks that can go in the washing machine, it is happy days for me. There's no wool content in these, as they're not going to be the warmest come the cold weather. But for this kind of in-betweeny weather, and then it'll be from spring onwards again, I'll have a good few pairs of socks to wear, so that makes me quite happy. So yes, I'm into this yarn. I hope they bring out more colourways next time, and I'm going to keep an eye out for any more sales that they have. So let me know if they do another one that I haven't spotted. But yeah, all good. Very happy with these. My next whip to show is I've got my notes down here. Paris Toujours. Toujours? The scarf. Okay. I did put in a stitch marker to show where I've carried off from last time. So we're down here somewhere. I haven't made a lot of progress, but as you can see, it's a fair bit wider, so every row is going to take longer now. Still love it. I'm using the Stylecraft Recreate, which is a double K, no, a double knit, a DK. See where I'm getting confused? Still on the first ball, and it's used all recycled, 100% recycled, which is nice. It's a dark grey, and I don't know if you can see. It's not really picking up. It's strange light today. It's got a bit of a blue fleck going on. Not much, but it's definitely in there. Yes, nice pattern. Anyone could really do this if you can do a yarn over and a knit to an increase. Yeah, you can do this if you can do them. That's all I've got to say about that one, to be honest. It's going to be a work in progress for quite a while because I want it to be this really big, slouchy thing. But I've got so much going on that this is not the one I'm feeling the urge to pick up all the time. C'est la vie. Before I put this away, I feel like I always forget to say the designer's name when I'm talking about this. So it is the Paris Toujours by Isabel Kramer, and obviously all Ravelry links below. But yes, Isabel, I'm sorry I keep forgetting to mention who you are. But Isabel Kramer, Paris Toujours. This is going to be a messy one to show, but this is my big project. At the moment, it is the Field Day cardigan by Ozetta. I've nearly finished a sleeve on it. This is messy, so messy. I've got threads coming off everywhere. Okay, let me half put this on here. If I only had a t-shirt on, I'd probably put this on to show. But this way, I've got a sleeve on the go. So it's a drop shoulder, so the sleeves aren't mega long. I've got about 2 more inches and then I'm going to start a mega fold over cuff. Um, yeah, I like this pattern a lot. I like this like ribbed border with I've lost my words. What's that edging? I-cord edging. Got an I-cord edging on it. And I'm really happy with it. I'm using Stylecraft Recreate again in the Dijon colorway with Make It Tweed. Holding both together. And I'm using the recommended needle size, which I think is a 4.5 millimeter. There's just something about this cardigan. I think it's the Make It Tweed. It is killing my hands. I said this last time, I think, but I can get a few rows done and then my wrist is just not happy. And I don't know what it is exactly. Because on the sleeve, I was thinking, let's ditch the back and sides for a bit. I'll work on the sleeve so I don't have to purl. Great. No purling, but I'm still in pain. So I don't know what it is. When it was a lovely day last week or the week before, I gave it a wash and had it out in the garden to dry, and it has softened up so much from the wash and the block. So I know I'm going to love it. I'm going to want to wear it all the time, but I'm not enjoying the knit. This knitting process, I'm struggling with it. I want to work on it and I do, but then I have to stop. So if anyone's got any solutions, I've been trying to do some like exercises for my wrists. So what is it? What's going on? The yarn, the Recreate I'm using on the scarf, and it's no problem for me there. So I can only blame the tweed. And the tweed is what makes it feel rougher. Maybe I'm gripping it differently. Just can't get my head around it, but I don't know what to do because I'm probably only about halfway through this cardigan. I feel like I've done the tricky work of, all the shoulder business and the picking up stitches and all that. So I've done like the tricky bits. It's just the slog now, the slog of getting the length, and I really wanted it to come just below the bum. So it's going to be quite a long cardigan because usually I only knit things like an inch below the waist or so, but this is going to be like another 4 inches on that. What shall I do? I keep seeing really exciting things to knit, and I say to myself, oh, you can't do that till you finished your field day cardigan. Am I ever going to finish this cardigan if I can only knit about 5 rows at a time? I don't know. So I'm going to keep trying. It's school time again here, so there's going to be lots of car knitting for me on the days that I'm not working. I always park up at school early, listen to a podcast, and do some knitting. Sometimes I have a snack, and I do like that. I enjoy that a lot, and I get a fair bit of knitting done. I just don't know, guys. I don't know. It shouldn't be this hard, and it shouldn't make me miserable. So why is it making me miserable? Answers on a postcard. So my next whip is, if you've been with me a while, you will recognise my ongoing lifelong whip of, I'll put the little bits down first, this granny square blanket. It's getting big. It's getting big. I'll fold it in half. So every time I buy a 4-ply or a sock yarn, I make a little mini square and I add it in. And I just love it. It's had its first wash, and I'm going to call it a wash and set outside because I didn't block it. I just lay it out in the sun. And it's just so beautiful. The colour that I've joined all my squares with, that is, I call it sheep's but I think it's sheepshes, Metropolis anyway. One of my favourite sock go-tos, and I've got loads to add on to this lately from the fairs, etc. that I've been to. I've been picking up mini skeins. So what did I count? Did I count 12? I'm going to try and fan them out actually, like a deck of cards or something, to show you some. So here's one handful. So I know in there I've got some Matic Spin dye. This one is, no, maybe not. And some Yellow Door yarns. Oh, my attic spin's in this. I've got so many. I got some from this way. Got this lovely little one from a Modern Yarn last week. That's attic spin, I think, that mustard. And that pink is, I'm pretty sure. So I've got all them to add in. And I can't wait. It's gonna really add a lot. I've got half a row to catch up with here, and then I reckon I've got at least another row. And it just makes me feel so cozy, like I should be in a cottage, looking out over a cliff or something in the middle of winter with a log fire burning. I get that kind of vibes when I'm working on this. And I don't know if any of my family know, but this is going to be the family heirloom, so I call it my heirloom blanket. So that's that. I mean, has anyone else got projects like this that are just going to be ongoing forever and ever? And this will be a double bed size by the time I'm an old lady, I'm pretty sure. I just love the colours, and I love the fact that I haven't tried to arrange them in some sort of like shade order, because you couldn't if you're doing it forever. You don't know what you're going to buy. I'm just doing it as I buy them, and I'm whacking the square in. So I used a 3mm hook on all this. And that's where we're up to with this blanket, and the cats love it, so I have to try and hide it. Yeah, this will always be one of my favourite things that I've ever made. So, if you watch my last episode about my trip to the yarn store, A Modern Yarn, you will know that I'm running a little giveaway at the moment. And if you want to take part, I'm going to pop the rules up this way. Keep doing that. This way. I'm going to pop the rules up as a reminder, but I'm also going to show you the prizes again. We have got the most gorgeous knitting book, Neons and Neutrals. And I did show you some of my favourite patterns in it last time, so go back and watch that video. See, I'm looking at them again, getting excited. It's probably one of the most gorgeous books I've ever seen in the knitting world, despite the fact that it's pink on the front, which is gorgeous on its own. The knits on the inside. Mwah. So adding to that, I am throwing in 2 skeins. Oh, I didn't learn how to say this woman's name. I do annoy myself. 2 skeins of this really bright yellow Mend It 4-ply using 100% British wool. The colour is Bloom, in brackets, Sunny, 50 grams each, 180 metres. So 2 skeins of that I'm throwing in. Also throwing in a lovely little mini heart that I knitted. And you didn't see these last time. Some washi tape. Enjoy. So, A Modern Yarn gave me the book very kindly to give away. And they also gave one to Stephanie Mitchard, who I'll tag below. She runs her own YouTube channel, fellow Scouse girl like myself. To go and follow her giveaway. Mine actually ends on Monday, so it is the 4th. go out on the 5th. So you've got what, 3 days to enter, and then I will be doing one of those random generator things to pick the winner, and then I'll probably do like a little, why can't I think of any words? Short. Probably put it on a short who's won, and I'll let them know how to get in contact with me. Unless you follow me on Instagram, and then I can find you then and let you know. But you must be in the UK, I'm afraid, because postage is so expensive. So sorry about that. But I wasn't really sure if anyone would even enter. And they have. I would have been pleased if 5 people entered, to be honest. But I've had about 40 or 50 people enter, which has just shocked me beyond. Like, I didn't think people would be that bothered about me to enter. So thanks, and I really feel like I've been welcomed into this knitting world. That I've been on my own in the knitting world for a long time. So thanks to everyone for welcoming me at events and leaving me lovely comments on the channel. I think I've only had one dodgy one so far, which I promptly deleted. Apart from that, I'm still thoroughly enjoying this. What else have I got to talk about? Dishcloth diaries, of course. So I do have a little bag of dishcloths in the car that I'm working on, which is that nice. It's the double knit one that I'm struggling to finish because the needles are so small, where it's a bit of an ombre kind of colour change going on. So I'm not much further than that, but it's in the car, so I'm not going to go and get it. Where am I up to? I'm using the same pattern on all of these ones, which is Grandma's favourite dishcloth, or is it Grandmother's favourite dishcloth, I think. It's a free pattern though, to be honest, so anyway. I have got these are my biggest two. And then I used a different shade here. One of them's got a really annoying knot in the middle. So that's another set done. I've made them 2 stitches smaller just to get 2 out of the same ball of yarn. And then I've started another yellow one, and I've got enough to make the matching yellow. So that will be, when that matching yellow is done, I'll have 3 sets ready to go, which is a good start. I mean, it's only the beginning of September. I've been knitting these whilst watching the Great British Sewing Bee, and I've got an episode to catch up on. Still, might do that this afternoon actually. So I should have another one done then. Oh, gonna sneeze. I'll show you the one I'm working on because it's got a slight difference to it. I'm about halfway through this one. I did not want to do another double knit weight dishcloth because they're taking me forever, and I know I won't get them done and I'll start to hate it. So when I bought double knit by accident, this is the James Seabrett Cotton Waves, 100% cotton, comes in some pretty good colours. I've double stranded it, so I'm using the centre pull and the outer pull at the same time, and it's actually created this really nice mottled effect. And I've gone up to a 6mm needle. So this should fly out, to be honest. And so I might pick up more of this yarn. After that yellow one, I've got nothing to start with for another set. Everyone's getting a set of 2 dishcloths, so you can wash one and use one at the same time. So I should easily get 2 out of this fall, and then yeah, I might get some more of this. It's very soft though, and I'm wondering if that's like good for washing your dishes, whereas these are quite rough, which is, I suppose, what you need. Here I am rambling about washing the dishes again. But you need a bit of abrasion, don't you? And I'm wondering if this is too soft. But they look so nice, so I don't know. I'm quite enjoying it. Loving the colour progression that it's giving. And I know who I'll be giving this one to. So that's where I'm up to with my dishcloth diaries. This will be carrying on till December, I think. And did I plan to have 12 dishcloths done? So I've got 2, 4, 5, 5 done, nearly halfway. This will be finished today while I finish the latest episode. So that is halfway. So that is all the whips that I've got to show. But I did just want to talk about what I'm going to cast on next. So when I went to the pop-up wool show, which is its own episode, go and have a look. I picked up this 4-ply. It's almost black, but not quite. It's Midnight. The shade is Midnight by Ducky Darling's yarn. And it's a 50-gram ball, and I wanted some black, almost black, to do a mini Sophie scarf to put in my hair, because for work I usually have it up, sometimes just in like a messy mum bun. And I just thought, wouldn't it be cute to have a little knitted scarf? But I didn't need 100 grams for it, so I was really pleased when I found this 50-gram ball. Didn't cost me much. So I'm starting that soon because I really want to wear it quite soon, and I don't think it'll take me that long. So it's a 4-ply, and I thought if you use like a 3.25, could get that going and finished quite soon. So I'm hoping to start that over the next few days, maybe over the weekend, and at least have some of it done to show you next time. And the next thing, when I went to a Modern Yarn, which is another video, and I got some wool from there, I picked up this Lucas woolen walk to knit my husband, some socks for Christmas, and I'm going to start them. I don't know what pattern I'm using yet, but I do know that I'm going to cast on at the cuff in a bright colour, and then cut that yarn and carry on with this. So it's just going to be like one row of something bright, and then the rest will be this black, grey, white combination, which I'm quite excited about. And I might do a ribbed sock, I think. And that's there, my cast on plans. What I really want to do though is get that yellow cardigan out of my life and cast on something else. I just don't know what to do about it, because I've seen this jumper this way, Sarah. My goodness, I've seen this jumper, which I just love. It gives Animal Crossing vibes. It's perfect for me. And I could just see myself wearing it every day, but I can't have a jumper and a cardigan on the go at the same time. I don't have any yarn for it anyway, but I'm just desperate. I really want it. So what should I do? Should I put the yellow one on the back burner? Should I plow, even though it's making me physically hurt? What would you be doing? Tell me what you think. So apart from that, I've got nothing else to talk about. The intro and outro is all the little things I've been up to. Probably some cat stuff. Hey, I haven't had a visit from my cat while I've been filming today. That's unusual. Maybe next time. Yeah, I don't think there's much else to say. We're back to school now, so we'll be on regular time slots again, which will be nice to get back in the swing of that, to be honest. So I hope everyone has enjoyed the episode, and leave a comment below about what you've been up to in the knitty world, or what you think I should do about this darn yellow cardigan, please. And I'll see you soon. I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.